We're all kind of like this seed, right? I mean, small, told of our potential to bring beauty to this world, planted at this university, surrounded by nutrients, the peers, educators, and told the stories of heroes, the innovators, the change makers who inspire us. Through them, we rise. This little seed, is a superhero waiting to be. Now, let me ask you a question. How many of you have had a hero figure in your life, whether it be a celebrity or someone you know who's helped you reach your full potential? Let's see a show of hands. Thank you. If someone came up for you, you are the subject of what I call heropreneurship. The act of emulating the people we look up to in order to better ourselves. And while heropreneurship can help us be better and work harder, it can also be the very barrier in the way of our success. Yet it's infused in all of us, including me. And my obsession with heroes started from a very young age. When I was young, I wanted to be Superman. I wanted to fly. I wanted to save cats from trees. I wanted to change the world. And I mean, I grew up, and we all grew up, but our love of heroes still exists. Only today, instead of looking like this, they look like this. And these people were guideposts for me and 3 other University of Michigan students as we pursued our dream to start a healthy food cart in Ann Arbor. I mean, we did dream, and we dreamed, and we dreamed. And I mean, I looked up to Steve Jobs for his lesson on how you needed an unyielding passion to reach your full potential. I looked up to Martin Luther King Jr. for his genius eye for justice, his skill to speak that inspired a nation. I looked up to Robert Egger, the founder of DC Central Kitchen. For 6 months, Robert was denied funding for his venture idea. And now, 25 years later, DC Central Kitchen employs over 880 homeless people. Wow. Persistence. Maybe I could be that strong. And with this inspiration, we started the Beet Box, a healthy food cart located right in Mark's Carts, right in Ann Arbor. And we serve incredibly delicious, healthy food. And fueled by the dreams of our heroes, we saw ourselves expanding all across Southeast Michigan and eventually the entire country. And now the media was painting us out as heroes. And we saw our path to success looking like this. Starting from scratch with some gradual ups and downs, eventually getting to our tremendous goal of becoming a nationwide phenomenon. Until one day, about 3 months in, everything seemed to change. I stumbled into our then deserted kitchen and by myself sat on a chair and sat. And I looked at the mountain of dishes waiting for me at the sink. I looked at my withered purple shirt. And tired and jaded, I felt like my heart couldn't take it anymore. And then I thought of my heroes. Was I really passionate enough? Is this a genius idea? Am I persistent enough? Or will my legacy be as a mere statistic along with the other 9 out of 10 restaurants who fail? And then I saw that newspaper picture of me. Smiling to the world is nothing but a success story. I felt so misunderstood. And that's when it hit me. I am no hero. We all experience this at some points in our lives. While the rest of the world may see us for our public persona, we ourselves can harbor an untold story of doubt and lack of self-worth. This is something we hide, we don't publicize. I mean, could you imagine the Michigan Daily running a story titled, "Founder of Food Cart Found Almost Crying in His Kitchen"? Heropreneurship, while it can lift us, can also act as a false, crippling standard of perfection we constantly compare ourselves to. And we can get so lost up in our own egoic path. What is my impact going to be? What is my legacy going to be that I'm going to leave? That we get distracted from the very impact we initially sought to create. There has to be a better method than heropreneurship to reach our full potential. And then I saw a beet. An amazing beet. An amazing beet. And this gross vegetable that I had once seen as just that became a metaphor for how I would see myself and live my life. I mean, it was the process of the seed that rooted itself, that absorbed external nutrients, grew, and became a life-sustaining substance. And I realized that between the seed and the beet was a process. And I changed my outlook on life to something I'm going to call processpreneurship. Bettering yourself by creating a process that allows you to pursue your values in a meaningful way. And it has 3 steps. First, at our very root, we have to pursue the process of understanding ourselves. And this means recognizing our humanity, that we have weaknesses, and that's okay. Here's a picture of MLK's college paper. Does anything stand out to you? He got a B+. I bet some of you would have gotten an A. Here's my high school SAT scores. The reading, it's about, I'd say roughly 150 points lower than Michigan's average. Do you think I should have gotten into this university? Me neither. And so, once we recognize and accept and deeply accept our own weaknesses, how should we respond? First, we need to always show self-compassion. Second, we have to ask ourselves, is this a skill set I want to improve? Or third, are we just always going to have a team member who can fill this role? I'm a pretty horrendous cook, but I can tell you I'm lucky enough to have my teammate Kay, who's terrific at it. We need to recognize that even imperfect people can do heroic deeds. The second step is that we don't have to have all the answers. Instead, we need to grow ourselves by declaring and pursuing bold value. Forget about the business you want to start, the social movement you want to create. Forget about the tangible thing you want to build. It's the value, the deep benefit you want to bring to the world that matters. This is so important. And it was, for us, this value was bringing a sense of health and wellness to the world. For an author, it might be making people laugh. For political scientists, it might be bringing equal rights to the world. And the thing is, in declaring value, it's not necessarily saying you have the answers to creating it, but rather the intent to explore its nuance and understand it. We need to be continuously learning to reach our full potential. And that is a heroic attitude. And the amazing thing is that once you root yourself in this core value, the whole world opens up to you. Third, we reached out to Mary Lemmer, the founder of Oreos, Paul Saginaw, the founder of Zingerman's, and the nature of our conversation wasn't, hey, I'm trying to start a business, can you help me out? It was more of, hey, I'm trying to bring health and wellness to this world. So are you. Let's talk about how we can both do it better together. And it was from these conversations that we learned the ins and outs of the restaurant industry and what we need to reach success. And with this, the amazing thing is that my impact is not just me. It comes from Paul, it comes from Mary, it comes from Robert Egger, Alan Gannett, it comes from my friends, my roommates, it comes from all sources. we don't have to do it alone. Even for this speech, here's a list of everybody who helped me out in one way or another. That's a lot of people. And I mean, it's not just me talking to you today. It's all of us. We don't have to do it alone. So in summary, our path to success does not look like this rugged, heroic, individualistic path of ups and downs. It looks a little bit more like this, a scatter plot, where as we rise, we encounter people and resources who inform us, and we inform them, and collectively, we move towards our larger goal. We are not rugged individuals, but interconnected beings whose impact is tied to the fate of one another. Be your own kind of hero. We need to pursue an understanding of ourselves. We need to pursue value. We need to jump into the community of our peers who care about the same things we do. We need to ask for help, root ourselves in the rich soil of learning, absorb the light and wisdom of those around us. We are more interconnected than independent. We grow better together than alone. Be the seed, follow the process, and unleash your ultimate superpower. Thank you.